Hello, this is Craig from bizbox.co.uk, and in this video we are looking at the February 2018 edition of the White Dwarf magazine, which you can see is in a sealed wrapper, and that's because we have some free gifts. So, I'm going to crack this open and we'll have a look. Okay, so our free gifts. We have a Heroes of Blackreach little token sets. I don't really know anything about the game, so if you're familiar with the game, then you'll be more aware of what these are. We have Cassius, Kragot, it's a wannabe boss, and then little cards for them. So I guess it's to use them in the game. There's like a couple of codes for Seeds of Corruption for the Inquisitor Martyr game. Again, something I haven't played, so don't know too much about it, but there's a couple of codes for there. Excuse me. And then lastly, we have a little book, a couple of short stories. So we have The Dance of the Skulls by David Annandale for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and then A Brother's Confession by Robbie McNiven for 40k. So a couple of little short stories there. So really cool. I look forward to reading that in the future. So I'm going to put them to one side and we're going to look at the actual White Dwarf. So, Brotherhood of Demigods, and a picture of a Custodes on the front. So obviously they are this month's big release. And then we have Malign Portents. So this issue of White Dwarf is all about Custodes and Malign Portents. So as always, we have the White Dwarf team, have a little editor's note in the front, have the contents page, try and get that in one shot. And as always, we're going to look through page by page. So I'm going to get myself comfortable as I go through every page. So we have Custodes and Malign Portents and the free stuff. And then we have all the releases. So we have the Adeptus Custodes book, their codex, data cards. Custodian Guard, I think, have been reboxed. We also have Captain General Trajan Valoris. I've actually literally just finished painting mine yesterday. For anyone who's interested, here is my miniature. I've sort of gone for like a dark brassy colour with like a green for robes. Really cool miniature. If you like to paint sort of standalone miniatures, sort of heroes and stuff like that, then certainly I recommend picking him up for that. And obviously if you collect Custodes, then he's pretty cool for them as well. Just a really nice miniature, and he's pretty good rules wise. And then we have the Custodes Virtus Praetors. The jet bikes, really looking forward to getting some of them. And we have the Alaris Custodians, again really lovely miniatures. And then we have the Custodian Wardens. And next up we have Thousand Suns. So Codex Thousand Suns is also coming out this coming weekend, I think. Necromunda Gang War 2 is on its way. The pre-orders go up on the 10th of February, so that'll be released on the 17th. They have Underhive Bad Zone Delta. So they are some 9 double-sided game tiles for Necromunda. Very cool. They're really sweet actually. They're £25, so not too bad. And then we have House Orlok. So really looking forward to the Orlok gang being released. They are just beautiful miniatures, and they are pre-orders as well on the 10th of February, so being released on the 17th. So yeah, really cool. Cannot wait to get hold of them. And they are £25 for 10, which I think is the same as the other gangs. They've also got dice and gang cards. So before they're released though, we have Malign Portents. So yeah, this is going to be an expensive month. The Malign Portents book is out very soon. Pre-orders go up on the 3rd, so that's this weekend coming. And that'll be released on the 10th. We have the War Squire Citadel. A nice large piece of scenery. £65. It's not bad when you compare it to the Great Unclean one. I'll certainly be picking one of them up if I can. Just beautiful, beautiful piece of scenery. There's also a combat gauge from Malign Portents. There's dice as well. And of course there are the new heroes. So one for each Grand Alliance. So we have the Lord Ordinator Varus Starstrike, Dark Oath War Queen, Marakar Bloodsky, Keldric Knight of Shrouds, and Fungoid Cave Shaman Snazgar Stinkmullet, which is just a brilliant name. All of these are £20 each, a little bit on the steep side. I'm not a massive fan of the price and strategy that GW have for their characters. £15–20 is quite expensive for a lot of them. But there's no denying that all 4 of these are beautiful miniatures. And yeah, eventually I'll probably end up picking them up. And then we also have the Battletome Legions of Nagash, which also goes up for pre-order this weekend as well as War Scroll cards. Yeah, really cool. So hopefully make Death a bit more competitive as well. And then we just have little things about different types of Death units. And if that wasn't enough releases for you, we also have a couple of Shadespire warbands coming out. These coming out, these pre-orders up on the 10th as well. So we have the Chosen Axes, we have Spikeclaw's Swarm for the Skaven. They all have dice as well that you can buy, as well as card sleeves. So yeah, it's going to be an expensive month because I would like to pick these up. Well, it's an expensive month. I'm not going to buy everything as soon as they're released. So, but yeah, a lot of nice stuff that I'm hoping to pick up myself eventually. And if you want even more, there's start collecting boxes for the Caradron Overlords and for the Stormcast Vanguard. These are going up for pre-orders on the 17th of February. So yeah, it would have been nice if they'd have just pushed back the Shadespire stuff just a week, because it just seems like a lot of stuff's coming out very quickly. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to resist when new stuff comes out, but we have licensed games. So Vermintide 2, very cool. I've been enjoying the first one. You guys might have seen a couple of my videos on that. It's good, but it's a bit of an endless grind, but still nice to see there's going to be a sequel to that. That could be quite fun. We have something called Gretchen's. Fancy a fun dice and cards game to play between battles. So that's sort of what that will be. And then Nurgly shoes. So fankicks.com have some Nurgly shoes. They're pretty cool actually. And then we have Black Library. Eisenhorn. Has been doing the rounds. Available 24th February. I think it's like an in-store exclusive. And he's in resin as well. And there's lots of stuff. Features book for Magos. And we have a journal here, a ruled journal. Margin quotes every other page. Certainly useful for keeping notes during your games, writing up dream army lists you may one day collect, or maybe notes for your own Black Library tale. So basically it's like a notebook type thing. And then we have postcards, 20 years of Black Library. And then we have some more. We have Lucas Trickster, Knight's Blade, Burden of Loyalty, Deadly Wit, Reader's Choice novels as well there. Necromunda. We have Orlok, Goliath and Escher. So really cool to see how's Orlok coming out. Of course there's Gang War 2 book as well, as we saw earlier. We have the contact page. And Temporal Distort. So looking at an old White Dwarf, I do remember this one. for Dark Shadows. That was a global campaign for Warhammer Fantasy. Scenery workshop there. As we saw last issue, GW did do a scenery guide, like scratch built guide, which I was really happy to see. Hopefully we'll see more of that. So a little bit, get started with Blood Bowl. A video game. So this is the Inquisitor Martyr game. Looks pretty cool. An action RPG for PC, Xbox One and PS4 set in the 40k universe. As the title suggests, you play the role of an Inquisitor. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Maybe I'll have to check that out, and maybe I'll do some playthrough videos in the future. I don't actually know when it's released, but I'll have to look into that. So yeah, quite a lot about it. Looks quite interesting. And it's like a little interview, which I guess is with one of the developers as well. So now we have designer notes for A Malign Portents with Phil Kelly. A little bit about each character. And of course there's lots of stuff in Malign Portents. If you get a chance to read any of the stories that go alongside with them, I highly recommend it. Really looking forward to the book. So a little bit about Black Library here. I'm sort of flicking through. Yeah, so 20 years of Black Library. Can you believe it? And lots of stuff. A few books down the bottom. I remember reading Rin's World back in the day. It was very good. So we have Gaunt's Ghost, probably one of the first and most famous characters, I think. Black Library. So next up we have designer's notes about the Custodes. Well, I think this artwork here is from 1993 by John Blanche. It's crazy. So yeah, 25 years later we've got a codex for them. No, very cool. And obviously their design's come a long way since then. So next up we have the tale of 4 warlords. So the Daughters of Cain, of course, soon to be getting their own book, and possibly next month. They're really cool. In the purple and the green. They're very unique colour scheme. We have a Maggotkin of Nurgle, looking really cool and green. Probably a bit too much green for my liking though. They're very green. Legions of Nagash. Absolutely love the knights, actually, they look fantastic. And lastly, the Beastclaw Raiders. Yeah, I have a feeling they might do quite well. So we have a battle report. This is the Custodian Guard versus Necrons. So, wow. So that's 3,400 points. There's not a great deal there. That shows you how elite they actually are. Beautiful battlefield as always. And then we'll just flick through because we don't want to give away the result. Quite a big one. Oh, don't look at the victory points on the bottom. Anyway. Oh, I'll just kick the camera as well. Next up we have a match report for Blood Bowl. So we have the Elfheim Eagles versus the Mongol Horde of Chaos Renegades. And beautiful miniatures, very brightly coloured. So again, that does have the score there. I'll try and just flick through, so if you guys want to read through that yourself and not have the results spoiled. So more Black Library stuff. They're really pushing Black Library in this one. So we have new rules return to Hammerhal. So carrying on with that, this all flips out. We have Search for the Stone for the Hobbit. So this is all the Hammer Hell mission pulled out, and then we have the Hobbit mission here. We have a couple of, well, a few scenarios actually, just carrying on from last month's. So we have Tactica Hereticus, so tactics for using 1,000 suns. Of course they get a few extra units in the shape of the Enlightened and the Mutalith Vortex Beast, really cool. There's another mission for Necromunda, and then we have some classic Golden Demons, so Blood Bowl team there. I really like the guy in the barrel, very cool. And we have a couple of Orc teams, very interesting scheme, really cool. I love the troll. It's a bit hard to see in the crease of the cover, but it's really sweet. And then we have some Genestealer Cult as well, and some Fallen, really lovely. Cypher looks awesome, and then some Blood Angels as well. So painting and collecting is the Battle Force Challenge. So people painting up some Battle Forces. Of course the Battle Forces that we have now are a lot larger than the ones we were used to back in the day. Line Portent's got the characters there. Modelling Realms of Battle. So all about building and painting your own terrain. Really like how they've really covered that with all the vines and stuff. Really cool. So yeah, all about sort of adding little bits of trees and forest and stuff to your terrain to make them look overgrown, and that's a really neat idea. Very cool. So paint splatter. So again, they're focusing on the basics first, which is probably quite a good idea, and then they're getting into the actual paint splatter itself. So the painting guides are for the Orlocks, and that's all we've got there. We have Warhammer World exclusive there. We have the Reader's models. Love the work on Saint Celestine, brilliant. He looks awesome. But they all look awesome, let's face it. You don't get Reader's models in here that are bad. Always really cool. Really great work as always. Really like the colour scheme on these. Now the White Dwarf guide about everything just seems to be like that's going to be a regular thing now. And then in the bunker, so a few little Nurgle guides, Apothecary, and the Season of War continues. Got a tiny little box for that now. And a Malign Portents Extravaganza, so showing off some of the studios' armies ready for that. So that was that. Next month we have Battleground, new gang rules for Necromunda, Golden Demon, A Tale of Four Warlords, Blandjitsu, which I'm looking forward to. So I do miss that. Hall of Fame, Blood Angel, Blood Omens, sorry, and much more. So yeah, possibly going to be the Daughters of Cain, I would think. So I very much look forward to that. So yeah, that was February 2018 edition of White Dwarf. Pretty cool. Not as much sort of hobby stuff as I would like, but a couple of nice battle reports in there by the looks of it, and yeah, lots of other stuff. You got the free gifts as well, so not bad. These are certainly better than they used to be, so that's something, isn't it? So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video, and of course if you have, thumbs up, and yeah, feel free to subscribe. We have a Patreon you can check out if you wish to support us any further. Regardless of that though, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.